The volume, as I said, are different because could be easier to layer them also. So very fine for underneath and maybe more comfy for outside. A lot of techniques in the knit, and a lot of finishing in the knits, from brushing, needling, and texture in all visual and tactile texture, and chunky knits. What is important today for men in fashion, which has always been, but maybe fashion becoming more globally, becoming more accessible. Men are looking at clothes the same way they are still looking at cars. They see a Ferrari, they're not only happy to see the Ferrari, they want to open the front and check in the motor and look at the motor and see how it's done and see how it works. In the same way they do their buying. They come close to a piece and they want to touch it and they want to see and they want to know how it's made and they want to know all the details, they want to know the history, and that's the way they approach their clothing. These issues is, of course, movies and fashion has a power to make it more noticeable, but I think this issue is everywhere. We can find these issues in companies, we can find this issue in offices, we can find this issue in hospitals, I don't know, everywhere. So the point is, what do we say? What do we say to our children? What do we say to the young people today? How they can defend themselves? The only way is to let them know they can talk. They need to talk. They need to say. They can say no, and they need to. That's the only way we can protect and we can go to a big change. Is to teach the kids that they have the power to talk, and the voice. It's a very strong power. It's a big moment in which, of course, there's going to be some bad and some good, hopefully, and some bad also, because I wouldn't like to have to drop in a society which is totally sexophobist. Do you say that? That's the right word in English? Okay, so that's another risk too.
I think it was only a matter of time. I think that every industry is going to be touched by this movement, as it were, the Me Too movement. I think that everyone's starting to self-examine themselves and also the industry that they work in, and really looking to kind of clean out what needs to be cleaned out and really move forward in a way that is respectful for all equally. I think in any moment when people are speaking their truth and telling what happened to them in a way, in a forum that they feel safe and respected in, is a great thing. I think that we're seeing a lot of institutions being shaken to their foundation, including the fashion institution. And I think that that's an important thing. I think it's important to always question yourself. I think it's important that we all be equal in any industry that we work in, and that we all feel safe, that we can speak out and tell our truth. An expectation of Missoni, well, I think you always expect a great knitwear, colorful knitwear, and something kind of unusual and unexpected. That's what's amazing, is that in a house like Missoni, where they have so much history, and of course Angela's been doing this for 20 years, that they're able to reinvent themselves each season and come up with something fresh and original. I mean, that shows real talent and real skill as a house, as a designer, and as a maison.